ほいほいほいほいほいほいほい。ほい。というわけで、始めていきたいなと思いますが、お、ルカポンいらっしゃい。来てくれてありがとう。ちょっと待ってね、ツイートしてきましょう。やるって言っちゃったけどさ、本当に私これやるの？いや、やるのはいいんだけど。あ、待って。お酒。これは取っていこう。あら。20ドルにしないと。うん。頑張る。頑張ってる。で、これは取れなくて？っていうかさ、この人一晩開けたら6本。それな。めっちゃそれよ。もう折れそうだけどね。何本？あとさ、このでっかいのは取れないの何なの？塩？まあ塩なんだろうけど。よし。ヤーフー。ナラスコさんいらっしゃい。来てくれてありがとう。はい、ざいます。あ、待って。私あれだわ。寝てないわ。うん。頑張る。寝てたと思ったけど寝てなかったわ。インク先輩こんばんは。来てくれてありがとう。ちなみにですね、ケーブルが変わりました。が、多分、皆さんに聞こえてる声には、そんなに差がないと思われます。ただし、私自身が聞こえる音は良くなりました。難しいね、これ。そう、あとちょっと無駄な買い物してしまった。そうなんです。クリアなった？あ、ちょっと実はね、あれなんですよ。マイクから皆さんの耳に届く間に実はちょっといろんなものをかましてるんですけど、そこの設定も少しいじったので、それもあるかも。でもクリアになってるならよかった。
and finally close your eyes.
お財布が寒くなった。しかもさ、型のペアケーブルなんだけど、で、私の家に2本ケーブルないといけなかったから、結果的に全然良かったんだけど、1本だったらどうしようと思ってもう1本買ってきちゃったんだよね。なのでこれは、また別の機材を買った際に使います。置いておきます。結構いいお値段したんで、引いてます。うん。
And then sleep doesn't. And then sleep doesn't come.
Doesn't come. 眠れない？待って、ここからもしかして長い？でも俺は眠りたいんだ。
You're in bed with your eyes closed, but it's not happening.
なぜだ？なぜだ？ベッドのせい？枕をチェック。
Synthetic filling has separated into hard lumps. The pillowcase smells oddly. Smells of alcohol and sweat and grease.
嫌な匂いだ。
It barely covers your toes, stretching over your soft belly.
人たらしめる
This is your
匂
body
いだ。
here, intimate and warm, breathing. A bit tense in the muscles. Relax.
リラックス。
Under your thrumming eyelids, you see a dizzying array of colors. You won't get off this carousel quite so easily.
降りられない。
It's a little better. Colors, scenes, and half-formed phrases still litter your mind. Part of you is still trying to solve the case, isn't it? Something to do
誰が？
with... What was it that the lieutenant said? Union? And it's gone again. Your thoughts lost between the slowing brain waves.
考えるのやめてすや。
Your breathing steadies. A great silence washes over you until your eyelids twitch in your sleep and images start forming.
待って、夢の中編が始まるもしかして。ちょっと待った。ラブクラフト的な何かじゃないこれ。ちょっとやめて。なるほどね。こっち側には木なのかなこれ。木だね。木とか霧とか、ミストじゃん。何かよくわからないものから逃げ惑うお話にならない？ちょっと大丈夫？産地チェック入る？ちょっとやだよ。いや、自分が釣られとる。なんで？
Do you remember the scent of your childhood?
子供時代の匂いを覚えてるか？俺は死にゆく人々のための病院で生まれた。何も覚えてない。なんだこれは。なんかこのミラーボールが飾られてるのもなんか象徴なのかな？
You're not kidding anyone, Harry. You don't remember shit. Tell me.
Tell me. 答えろっ
Do
て。
you remember your wife's hand on your face?
お前の顔に触れた神さん、お母さんのことだよね。手は覚えてるから。一体これは何なのか教えてくれよ。
You know who I am. I'm the bad day. The one where you ask her, and then later in the streets, wandering. It's the worst day of all
こ
time,
の日が
Harry
近づい
dear.
てる。
And it's coming. She will hear about it on the phone.
夢日記だったか。マジ？それ
Reality
だったら
will turn into a
若干ホラー
grotesque
になるね。
nightmare.
私好きだからいいけ
This
ど。
will be the last thing you did to her. Tell me, do you remember the love of your life?
誰の
Do
手
you
だって。
remember the warmth of her thighs between her legs and in her mouth?
どっちかな？サッタではない気がする。
That's
割と
right,
なんか
funky baby.
そうだよ、ファンキーベイビー。
And you just stood there. One hand on the bottle and the other on
やめなさい。
your dick.
やめなさい。 配
watching
信で
her
言えない言
go.
葉を使うな。
Let it all be dragged away from you.
手放した。
Tell me, where are your friends? Human beings have friends, Harry boy. Where the hell are yours?
どこにいる？戻って
They
きて
were
ほし
only
くない。
cramping your descent into
なんで
the
私今
abyss.
最低発言され
Now
た？
they're
なんで？
gone. 3 times gone and never
長
coming
くそ
back.
こに転げ落ちるのを邪魔して。
All of it. You failed. You
お
failed
前
me.
は裏切った。俺を裏切った。
You failed Elysium.
エリジウムって何？
Everything.
すべて。
The pale and the useless. On the surface. The outer magnetosphere. Burning, furious truth. 8,000 years of written history.
お
You really dropped the ball, Harry. 4.6 billion people. You failed every single
子
one
供
of
こ
them.
のゲーム見ちゃいかんよ多分。
You really fucked up.
あと子供向けの動画に設定してないから大丈夫。俺は
You're
立ち上が
not
れる。
coming back from
立ち
shit
上がれ来ないぜ。
crashing around in that high conductivity state of yours, bumping into things and acting like a clown. Who are you kidding?
解決しよ
You're
うとしてる
trying
から
to
ね。
what? I
立ち上がれ
can't
るさ。
hear you. This is just a word dream now. Jumbled up
見事は？
garbage. The pictures are gone. The bed rises to meet you. A thin, sleep-like state. More glass than velvet, grinding in your head.
ず
So
つ
something is wrong. Sleep shouldn't be this bad, this dry, this unnourishing. There's something wrong with your thoughts. Some kind of new.
ある種の新しいタイプの二日酔い。何勘弁してく
Oh
れ。
yes, party boy, and it's worse than the one before. Just think of the shit you saw. Here it comes too. So soon already. A silent alarm goes off in your head like clockwork. Barely let you sleep at all. Time to get those clothes on, Harry.
あ、最後のやつはなんか語りかけるっていうよりは歌なんだ
Time
ね。
to go to work in the shit factory.
やだな。これで起きれたのかな？オッケーオッケー。めちゃくちゃあれだけど起きた。ゆたり。
Good going, buddy.
うん。
Oh, just a dream.
ただ
You
の
have
夢
ones
さ。
like that all the time. You feel even worse. You mean, why are you so tired? Too tired and down to even think? It is worrying, isn't it? You can't be a detective like this. Detectives need to be able to think.
さて。どう
It's
して
just that your heart has finally pumped all the speed out of your system, Buster. Time to
い
get
や
some
ー、待って。酒を排出したみたいな意味合いのミスリードになっていませんか？電気化学ってなんか毎回お酒進めてくるやつだよね。
more. Don't do that. Stay strong. The hangover will wear off.
い
You
や、そう
don't
だよ、
need
そ
to
れ
keep
収ま
doing
る。
this to yourself.
そう、お酒を別に。
Are you sure? Ready to live as this pathetic shell of yourself for days? Basically, a week. Let's be honest, 2 weeks. Maybe 3. You won't make it. Half the town will be dead by then. You will be fired.
Hey.
Suit yourself. slow, sad shell man. See how you do without your spark.
やだー。いやー、お酒はお酒でいいものだけど、お酒がないと仕事ができないのは良くない。
Someone seems to have found himself a bottle of. Oh
Okay,
no,
no.
you don't. Not light reflects off the green. Wow, the gods of mass.
ダメダ
Fine.
メ。
We're not all of
え
us.
You've passed up your chance to start.
2時間。大丈夫、飲まないから。だってこっから操作始まるしね。ノックとかじゃなくて普通にノブ回しちゃうんだ。さあ、そこが解放されたので、あ、いた。キム。おいよ。
Morning. I've got
Morning.
some good news. I took care of the body. The thought of him decomposing in my MC wouldn't let me sleep. I'm just glad he's gone. We have other matters to attend to. The
Sorry,
Union
what's up?
muscle finally turned up, and they look rowdy. We need to talk to them. I completely forgot. Sorry, I had a rough night's sleep. It's them by the looks of it. Loud and nasty, just like the manager said. One loose thread less to worry about, and one big problem to replace it. One more
Yes.
thing before we do. We
Oi.
don't have to talk to them immediately. We can walk right past them, continue with our business.
Good.
あは
A power move.
うーん
Yeah, streetwise. But aren't you curious to know what they have to say?
They're in no hurry to leave. They think they own the place. Anyway, I leave that choice to you. Whatever.
はーい。OK でーす。どうかな。
Just a moment.
先にゴミ拾いして20リアル集めてから始めた方が良かったりするかな。
She's agitated, judging from the way she keeps pulling at the frayed edge of her blanket.
And there's no public phones nearby?
The closest phone booth is down the coast. Sorry for the inconvenience, ma'am.
It's fine, I understand. Thank you anyway. I'm glad to see you again, dear. Please don't trouble yourself about me, sweetie. I was just hoping to make a call, but the Whirling's phone line isn't working. The union office probably has a phone, but I can't really get there. Or to the phone booth down the coast. And Gary's phone is dead too. To let the young woman who's house sitting for us know that we may be delayed. Morel, my husband, and our friend Gary were supposed to get back by Monday night. But they're still missing, and I haven't heard from them.
うん。まあ
I
ま
was
あ。
also hoping she'd heard from Morel. That's just it. This isn't like him at all. He always plans his expeditions so carefully.
大丈夫かそれ。何かに巻き込まれたりせん？
But you have more important things to worry about.
うーん。
Oh dear. I'm not sure where to begin.
外見。
Well, his expression is slightly grumpy, but his eyes are always bright and curious, like a small boy's. And his palms are quite coarse from all the field work, but he's quite gentle.
It's always a challenge to describe the person you know best in the world.
Oh, well, he's a bit shorter than you, but with a larger frame, and he has longish white hair, usually a bit uncombed. You might say wild, even.
うーん。
The lieutenant pulls out his notebook and begins.
One other thing, he'll likely have all kinds of field gear on him, even if he's not out in the reeds, you know, just in case.
調査用の装備。
We'll be celebrating our 16th anniversary this autumn. Not the most numerically satisfying anniversary, but I like the less obvious milestones even more somehow. by a
では、
dating agency, I'm ashamed to say. I was looking
相
to
談
get
所
back into the
全
scene
然
after
別にいいじゃん。
recovering from my accident, and he just divorced.
相談所って言いながら出会い系で会ってたりする？そういうこと？さすがにないよね。
We hit it off, and well, here we are.
She's skipping over some important parts. Perhaps you'll find out more later.
I
Okay.
hope I've been useful.
Wait.
Just some field work, sweetie. Morel is a highly trained scientist. He and his assistant Gary are studying an
昆虫の研究。
extremely rare
そんな。
species of insect. But they should have returned by now. They were just going down the coast across the water lock to set a few traps. He said they'd be back on Monday. What could be keeping them?
あ、
The water lock. That was broken. Could this be it?
Oh, sweetie, it's nothing like that. Gary's as loyal as they come. I trust him with my husband's life any day.
なるほどね。
Oh my. What happened to the water lock? Well, whatever the cause, I'm thankful. To both of you. You've spared me another sleepless night.
You're welcome, ma'am.
I hate to ask, but if your investigation takes you to the other side of the coast,
This will surely lead to a cryptozoological mystery. Yes, some left-field scientific research is
Yes.
exactly what you need right now. Funk up that vanilla murder investigation.
and if you see him, let him know Lena is waiting for him here at the Whirling. He gets so tangled up in his work that he may not know the water lock's been repaired, and it's cold out there. Oh, you're such a dear. Thank you,
いいって。
sweetie. Oh, yes. A zoologist. A cryptozoologist, to be more precise.
未知動物学者。土の子とかそういうやつ？
It's a pseudoscience that attempts to
あ、やっぱり
legitimize
ユニコーンとかね。
research into mythological beasts and urban legends.
That's one opinion, yes. And people are entitled to their
大
opinions.
人。
She's used to playing off such insults casually, but they still affect her.
まあね。そりゃね。
My apologies,
ノーダメ
ma'am.
とは言わない
I
よ
did
ね。
not mean to undermine your hobby.
It's not a hobby, dear. It's a subfield of zoology, one specializing in animal species that are so exceedingly rare that many assume them to be extinct or even fictitious.
まあ、あれに弱いっていうか、だって事実と違うこと言われてるから違いますよって言ってるだけじゃないですか。何なんですか。
Searching
More
for such
marketed.
species called cryptids is difficult and often thankless. And frankly, many scientists are too lazy to do it. Universities these days are rarely interested in supporting real research.
泣かない。
She's
Not
completely
really nice.
internalized her husband's struggles. They are her own.
お。
You're an enthusiastic idiot,
はあ。
but you're still an idiot.
おまー。
We don't have time for Cryptozoology 101. Let's get back to work, shall we?
暗示に振るか。暗示に振るのがいいのか？アンロック。内面か。よし。でしょモレル。完了になんか新しく入ってる？違うね。暗示かー。でもレベルアップできないのよね。 スキルポイント不足。まあ、えっか。それを知ってると、よりいいのかもしれんけれど。あ、これあれじゃん。
Let me handle this.
やっぱり。
You seem a little different today. Less.
You are far from home, Lieutenant. This isn't a district known for its love of self-proclaimed militiamen.
Not a muscle moves in her face, but her eyes trace yours, stern and perceptive.
You are looking for Titus Hardy, who you think has information on a murder the RCM is investigating. You want to interview him.
ほう。そうだったのタイタス・ハーディという名前はなかったけど。
But know this. I'll be keeping an eye on you. No strong arming. Nothing official. The District of Martinez does not recognize your authority to make arrests.
It doesn't matter if you recognize our authority. We will make an arrest if we have to.
She says nothing. Her glare speaks for her.
Aggressive? You make your living enforcing violence. These people are just dock workers.
So you were spying on us, and now you represent murder suspects. Just dock workers.
Listen, you moral intern lackeys. You're a mob, enforcing the unlawful privatization of Revachol. 20 fat men in the Occident are stealing it all, and you're their bodyguards.
Fuck yeah.
タイタスが。
So ask what you came to ask, or get back to your commanders.
もう仕事始めようか。ドゥイン。ほい。ねこれ。よし。
This is where you say your bed.
また失敗した。
Detective.
Oh, this is about him. A real looker, that won't.
You sure took your time, huh? Waited for him to get real ripe and pretty for you.
もう皮肉が効きすぎてて痛いね。
Oh, he was a real pretty boy. Hanging up there, letting out that pretty boy smell.
I can't for the life of me understand why you did it. I mean, I would have just left him up there. You must really like cleaning up other people's shit.
ふむ。
You might want to start asking your questions now. It's not going to get better than this.
No, no, no. I's here. You got business with my boys. You got business with me.
まず。
He understood what you were doing, taking inventory of them.
なるほどね。
Yeah! You fuck with the Hardy boys, you fuck with
ウィ
Titus
ットに富ん
Hardy.
だ言い回し自体は好きよ。ただまあ普通に聞いてて、なんて言うんだろう。面白いけど、まあ気分は害するよねっていう話をしている。
Relax, Dennis. No one is fucking you yet.
Yeah, Dennis, calm down. No one's fucking you, you stupid fuck.
配給が使えない。まあ使わないね。そういう言い方をすると伝わらないのが100なのでやだ。コミュニケーションにならなくなるからしません。
Let Dennis enjoy his fucking, man. We don't mind.
リスクサラミリザ。
Yeah, you're not even being fucked, Dennis.
Easy, fellas. We got company. Let's see what brings the cop around.
いやさっき言ったかな。
Too late. You already scanned the room. You got a pretty good picture.
Fucking say something already!
The pretty boy. You guys really love talking about that pretty boy.
そこにしか今興味ないからね。
Funny, but my partner and I have a serious matter to discuss with you.
Container belt, like we use in the harbor? Because we took it from the harbor where we work. Then we went out back and used it to hang him. We did this together, all of us, until he was dead. That's why there's a container belt around his
自白したけどこれ証拠を抑えられないね。
There's a catch hidden somewhere. He didn't confess so that you could take them all away. It's too simple.
There is no catch. These 7 honest men have all equally come forth to tell you what happened, so that you don't waste any more of your time.
Mm. そうだよ、こっちね。とりあえずこっちからかな。
'Cause he was worthless mercenary scum. And he stepped out alive in my town. So am I. Now, how about you get the fuck out of my town?
Countless lines separate life and death. What terminal boundary was crossed here? Men like Titus don't murder over nothing. Ask him again.
We hanged him up by his neck until he got real still. Wasn't
Didn't they teach you anything?
You're pretty sure you've had at least 2 years of cop school and many more of active service.
Can you give us a few more details? Did you muffle him? We haven't heard any reports of screams.
Titus, you don't have to clarify anything.
We overpowered him, dragged his unconscious body to the tree, put a noose around his neck, and hanged him till he was dead and steady.
Then we left him for seagulls, maggots, and you fucks.
Actually,
愛す
they're
んのかーい。
surprisingly composed. The entire room. Given how many questions you've lobbed their way. Well, this one. But he's always fidgeting, so don't get your hopes up.
いつものすぎる。困った。
Like what, Copper?
このコンボだと思うんだよね。 そう。で、そこからここに繋ぐかなっていうイメージなんだけど。
There was a bullet in the dead man's brain. Why was it there if you hanged him?
How the fuck do I know? Anyone could have shot him. Target practice, maybe.
This line of questioning is over. You got the cause of death already? Hanging. If there's any post-mortem trauma, it's your problem. This will not turn into a cross-examination. Are you deaf? There will be no singling anyone out. You can't arrest a Hardy boy without arresting all Hardy boys. Do you think you could do that? Do you think you could arrest them all? That's for the courts in Les Jardins to decide, not for the officer making an arrest, which we all know you won't be. What you can do right now is go back to your station and write a report.
No. We'll stay here and discuss what happened that night.
You don't have to keep answering his questions.
I know, Lizzie. Relax. We killed him last Sunday night. Seemed like a good way to end the week.
Known him? We don't associate with scum like that, asshole.
ちょっと、はい。
Yeah! Who do you think we are?
Think we are か。なるほどね。
Quiet. He came around about 3 weeks ago when that Pines cow first sailed into town. Happy?
By the Pines cow, you mean Joyce Messier? The representative for White Pines?
いや、
Same
シン
company
ク
you're
ウィ
striking
アーは
again?
別に汚くないでしょ。誰だと思ってやがるんだ。我々のこと誰だと思ってるんだの意味でしょ。
No. I mean the Pines cow. The stupid-ass cow they sent in to fuck us over. But you know what? Why don't you ask her about the pretty boy? I'm sure she has interesting things to say when you ask her hard enough.
That's enough insinuation for today, Titus. Officer, your interview is drawing to an end. Don't waste your last questions.
Why? 'Cause he was worthless mercenary scum. And he stepped out alive in my town. And he stepped out of line.
その一線を何か教えてほしい。
What kind of mercenary?
どういう種類の傭兵？傭兵ってそんな種類あんの？
The kind that shows up when you start a strike. The experienced kind, too. Had Kohoy and Semenine written all over it. Ex-Oranese Special Forces.
A live grenade. Right here in our bar.
This one has a special gripe with him coming here.
I can't prove it, but I know he was sent by the Wild Pines. They hire merc shit like that. Story of every strike from here to Samara.
'Cause one night he walked straight up to the mic and said, I'm Oranese goddamn Special Forces, and I'm gonna fuck you all.
Really?
Yeah, really. Had a gin and tonic up there, sang some Oranese paratrooper song, and said he's gonna fuck everyone.
We couldn't believe it either, but he fucking did, right there. like some kind of animal.
This is a serious violation of the karaoke code.
Wrong. He harassed women, raped one, harassed workers, threatened to kill some as a warning.
There's slight unease in him suddenly. He regrets mentioning the rape.
そうだね。そうなんだね。やべ、行っちまったって思ってんだな。
To kill us all, if we don't open the gates, if we don't let the scabs in, if we don't bend over. And that was before he started coming here.
Yeah, he said it was his favorite joint now. Started coming here every night. Drinking, grabbing girls. Grabbed one of ours mid-karaoke, right there on the stage.
He grabbed someone?
Yeah. This girl's on the mic. A beautiful girl, young. Gets into the second verse of Lover Lake. The fucker grabs her legs, starts screaming.
足をわしづかみって結構やばいね。
Show me your cunt! Why don't you show me your cunt? Then, he gets knocked on the head with a wine bottle. Doesn't even fall down.
Aren't you fucking listening? My man is talking to you. He took care of it. They got the word out before anything else could happen.
Yeah, me and Eugene got her out. Aren't you fucking listening?
No. You're not getting a name.
断る。
That's a Martinez matter. And I'm not discussing it with you clowns.
それはしゃあない。このゲームやってる時点で。そうだね。
Nothing. Your investigation here is done. Leave Martinez, go back to your stations where you belong.
I think we're going to stick around, thanks. I've done this job for long enough to know that people don't just confess to first-degree murder. Even if it is a group responsibility, we're going to look into this.
Good luck with that.
警部補だけどね。
You've heard everything a rent-a-cop is gonna hear from us. Real law officials. You're lucky you didn't get a beating.
とりあえず OK。あれ？え？よし。よし。ゴミ拾いをちょっとしておきましょうね。トゥトゥトゥ。お。そうだった。この人たちゴミ箱からゴミ取るんだった。
The dented yellow mailbox.
どうしよっか。
You're back. Good. What can I help you with? That's the man who was killed. I'm afraid this is a discussion for once we've cleared the lynching question. Better not tie the forestay to the backstay on this. I hope there is something else I...
She wants to answer the question. Protocol keeps her from it.
なるほど。
Everything. Right up to, but not including, trade secrets. First, you'd have to repeal the Emergencies Act of Trade in Aliments. That gives me the right to silence. It's quite the octopus. I am glad you see it that way. To repeal the act would mean repealing the coalition government, the one that leases you the right to police West Revachol. But I am derailing us. You wanted to know about the strike. I believe the official title is Senior Labor Negotiator. In practice, I'm a grocery clerk. I relay the union's demands to Wild Pines and return with Wild Pines' counteroffer.
And how are the talks going?
They're not. That's the problem. The union stopped all negotiations a week ago, after that awful lynching took place.
Wait, she just admitted that the lynching and the strike are connected.
Now they won't even let me into the harbour. There's a 2-meter-20 racist behemoth blocking the gates. Yes, I believe there is a connection, but that's a subject for later. Let's say I was not making the kind of progress I'd hoped for when I first arrived.
And when did you first arrive?
I arrived 3 weeks ago. Yes, in the middle of February. The bay was still partially frozen then. I prefer to do these things on site, like the RCM.
But the strike began in December.
I wasn't the original negotiator here. I took over after Mr. Gaumont hit a wall with Mr. Clare, the union boss. Mr. Clare refused to speak with Gaumont despite concessions he'd granted the union in prior negotiations.
This isn't the first time the union has gone on strike?
Heavens no. There have been 2 prior strikes. Both times the union won significant concessions, including overtime pay and a medical plan. This time their demands are more, I guess you could say, aggressive. The scabs? You mean the huddled masses of Jamrock come to plead for work where the union refuses to?
Don't let her answer it herself.
If these strikebreakers were organized by Wild Pines or its affiliates, then it would be a company secret. I could not share it with you. Not yet, at least.
It's implied. She's open to discussing this matter with you at a later occasion.
Everard Clare is a man of the utmost integrity. If you can say one thing about him, it's that he always puts the interests of the workers first. Of course not. Everard is fantastically corrupt. I imagine he has a thick, viscous goo where you and I have blood.
If you were to prick it with something sharp, you could see it oozing out. A knife, maybe? No, a rapier.
He is the most corrupt individual I have ever seen, and I deal with men like him for a living. If there is anyone more venal, more irredeemably nepotistic, then it's his twin brother, Edgar. Have you seen him? Edgar looks exactly like his brother, except for that lazy eye. He also talks exactly like Everard does, and when one's term as foreman is up, the other takes over. It's how they circumvent the term limits, you see, with a funny little switcheroo. While in office, they've embezzled God knows how much of their workers' dues. The Débardeurs Union was once a perfectly normal institution. 20 years ago, anyway. It must not have been easy to establish under the Emergency Act, but they did it. I can respect that. Organized labor at its best, as they say. Then something happened in the local chapter elections. The brothers Clare came and transformed it into a... how do you say?
A mob.
How they
The
say.
Debarders are a crime syndicate. Sad as it may be, we are forced to cooperate with them.
Refreshingly honest, officer. The company has tried appeasing in the past, but I'm afraid our concessions have only emboldened Everard and his brother. And your opinion, detective, if I may ask? I'm a curious and talkative person, you see. Would you say the Debarders Union is... Indeed, and a hungry one. Sadly, Wild Pines have cooperated with what amounts to a crime syndicate for 2 decades. However much you feed the leech always hungers. I'm glad you asked. There was a woman, the previous forewoman of the Union. She disappeared.
消された
Disappeared?
Yes. On the last day of the local chapter elections, her daughter phoned in and said she wasn't running anymore, or coming to work. Ever. End of story.
なるほどね
This forewoman, her name?
Sadly, the company records do not even give a name. She's just forewoman in private correspondence. Holly. I don't even know if it's a sir or given name, and I don't have access to the Union's files. Downright haunting, if you ask me. The Wild Pines suspected foul play, but what could they do? It was a Union matter. The point of the presentation is, these kinds of things happen around the Clares. Watch out when you're dealing with him.
Thank you for your
So
concern,
funny.
ma'am. We'll be just fine.
There are leaflets everywhere, and banners. What did they say again? Oh, yes. Every worker, a member of the board.
いやいやいや
In its defense, another said, demand democracy. Pretty tame stuff compared to every worker, a member of the board. Fortunately, they explained it. Every time the Wild Pines group makes a decision about anything, it needs the signature of each of the 2,200 workers in its Martinez terminal.
地獄終わらんそんなん無理や
Just so you understand, this is but one of 22 terminals owned by Wild Pines. Essentially, not only are they kings of the company, they are also kings of the 72,000 employees of Wild Pines Group. That may well be. It's not up to me to decide who is king, but as negotiations go, I'm not sure. Naturally, I assume that was just their opening position, a hard-nosed tactic with a side of mockery. But there's been no follow-up, just the same nonsensical slogan repeated over and over again. And now, people are getting lynched, I hear. Behind the whirling in rags. A disastrous situation if there ever was one.
Excuse me,
Yeah,
from
だい
whom
ぶ
did
ひどい
you
ね
hear about this lynching?
I first heard it from the bowyer at the gates. The one whose very name advertises his aversion to work. I think he said it was, call me mañana.
ああはいマニアなんだ
This checks out.
Of course. How else can I help? You have? And how did you like Mr. Clare?
う うしよっかな。まあ、気に食わん
Oh,
かな。
come on now. He has his uses.
うん。
How else would he have stayed in power all these years? Or wait, actually, corruption. That's how he's done it. Fantastic, Verm-like corruption, reaching into the bowels of the
あ
earth.
あ、ウルム。ドラゴンに似た生き物。
The position of my unusual colleague does not reflect official policy. I hope you understand. The RCM does not pick sides.
うん。全体通してのあれはあるけど、その人と話すときにわざわざ当ててもしゃあなくない？情報を引き出すのは優先なので。と思ってるんだけど、ゲームとしておかしいのかな、それ。
Of course. And I don't expect you to share anything he told you with me. I'm not a corrupt Verm myself. However, if you felt like discussing something, how could I stop you? Are we not human? Are we not curious to hear another person's take?
頑張る。あ
It's
り
only
がとう。
natural. We would only be gossiping.
Intellectually speaking, it would be quite interesting to hear what she has to say about these things.
Yes, your disgusting
Oh.
necktie agrees completely. Let's gossip.
Of course, Detective. Should something come up later down the road, until then, is there anything I can help you with?
そういえばお金ちょうだいがなくなったね。セリフから。そうなのか。
Wow, you work hard. Oh,
Okay.
yes, you hustle. You're a provider. It's tough out there, but you keep it, oh yeah, like a horse, a workhorse, for hard work.
Hard
Look at
work.
yourself. You're a human pedometer.
うん。
You must have walked 200,000 steps down cracked asphalt, mosaic, sand, and linoleum after you re-emerged. That is the sign of a hustler who never gives up. The world is harsh and people are evil. You didn't make it that way, and you won't let it break you. You ride. A little. You make money. You got gills, baby. Got those black papers with the faces of the innocents on them. You bring in the Franco Negros and the Solas. It ain't easy, but you do it. Day in and day out. You didn't make the rules, but you won't lose. You're a cop, and a sprinter, and a money printer. You didn't log that in as a donation either. You don't log any of that shit in. You're a straight rider. Yeah, you're in the sales business. Shaken for shit and then, sure. And has it been easy? Is life easy? Have you not gone into cardiac arrest? Are you not about to have an anxiety attack or shoot yourself in the mouth? But you still hustle 24/7, ride or die. Now, ask yourself,
24/7。
are you rich? That's
なことは
right.
ない。
You work harder than anyone. You almost rode yourself to the grave and you're still practically a hobo. Why is that? That's right. 100%. Fucking G-Man's got his jam-covered sticky fingers in your pocket. Stealing from you every time you buy, sell, walk, talk, fart, so much as sneeze.
本当か、くしゃ
Every
みのため
time
に
you wipe your
マジ
ass,
で
they got their direct and their indirect modes of taxation.
違う違う違う
Sales tax,
税金に対してちょっと
excision
今怒りが
extraction tax,
溢れてしまっただけ
alimony. One tax that doesn't even have a name. Plus there's the stuff people in other countries pay for. That makes them ask for more money from you. Here,
Oh, money from
total tax
you.
duties add up to
To
98% of all your money.
うん。いやいやいやいや。そうね。これが割と
What are you?
正しいところ
A
な気がす
racist?
る。
Don't be a racist. Be a cool immigrant, ultra-liberal
ウル
free
トラリベ
market
ラルな自由
advocate.
市場
Ride or die.
提唱者に
Keep
なれ
it。street.
なった方がいいよなじゃないよね。よしろ。
Well, hello. Someone seems to have found
あ、もう
himself
2
a
時間経ったんだ。ごめんごめん。
light reflex of
はい
wow.
はい。
The god
よ
fine.
し。
We're not all
You've passed up your.
はいはいはいはい。トゥトゥトゥトゥトゥトゥトゥトゥトゥトゥトゥトゥ。で、昨日、ネズミの住処に行って鍵を開けたにもかかわらず、ちょっと待って。あ、これは開けられないんだ。にもかかわらず、報告に行ったらもう帰っちゃってたから、なので一回行きます。ね。ふんふんふん。ふんふんふんふんふん。ふんふんふん。ふんふんふんふんふん。ふんふんふん。ふんふんふん。ふんふんふん。ふんふんふん。ふんふんふん。ふんふんふん。ふんふんふん。ふんふんふん。ふんふんふん。ふんふんふん。ふんふんふん。ふんふんふん。ふんふんふん。ふんふんふん。ふんふんふん。ふんふんふん。ふんふんふん。ふんふんふん。ふんふんふん。ふんふんふん。ふんふんふん。ふんふんふん。ふんふんふん。ふんふんふん。ふんふんふん。ふんふんふん。ふんふんふん。ふんふんふん。ふんふんふん。ふんふんふん。ふんふんふん。ふんふんふん。ふんふんふん。ふんふんふん。ふんふんふん。ふんふんふん。ふんふんふん。ふんふんふん。ふんふんふん。ふんふんふん。ふんふんふん。ふんふんふん。ふんふんふん。ふんふんふん。ふんふんふん。ふんふんふん。ふんふんふん。ふんふんふん。ふんふんふん。ふんふんふん。ふんふんふん。ふんふんふん。ふんふんふん。ふんふん マジでめっちゃ耳についてる。はい、ネズミんとこ行ってきたよ。
Mr. Dubois, a pleasure as always.
Mr.
You
Dubois!
don't have to sit down this time, since you've already sat on that chair.
ふむふむ。あ、違う。
I'm very glad to hear that, Harry. One question. You didn't actually happen to stumble in and see what's in... You're right, Harry. You only had to unlock the door, which you did.
これ
So
う
we're
ま
all
く
good
なる
here.
ちょっと待ってね。なんかさ、TRPG この前やったんだけど、ちょっと人の枠でね、やったんだけど、その時は感じなかったんだけど、こういう風な、完全にコンピューターゲームとしてのものになった時にすごく、なんていうのかな、引っかかってくるんだけど、ここまで自分が介入できないダイス振りって、なんていうの？失敗した時に、自分のせいにできないというか、なんかさ、少なくとも、TRPG だと、自分が選択をする、これで振るっていうことを自分の意思で決定して、そうなるんだけど、で、これも一応選択肢は選んではいるんだけど、なんかね、 すごいモヤモヤする。
言い訳して言い訳。フロムインク先輩。
いや、言い訳っていうか単純に感情の話をしてる。なんかね、他のゲームっていうか、それこそココフォリア TRPG のものでは今まで一回も感じたことなかったんだけど、このゲームでそれを感じてるから、それが、システムとして破綻しているというわけでは多分ないと思うのよ。感情的には、それに対してうまくいかなかった時に、自分がそれだけ、憤慨までいかないにしても、ちょっと、ってなってるっていうのは、まあ、感情揺さぶられてるから、そんだけ話にのめり込んでるという話ではあると思うんだけど、救済措置ないのなんなんとは思ってる。難しいねってなってる。
Now let's get down to brass
だからなんか、
It's time for men like me and you to figure out who's killed who and why. Real police work is gonna start happening now. I promise you, Harry, this is gonna be good.
そうそう、だからそういうのだったらね、振り方が悪かったなとか、まあまあ、自分で振ったからそれに対して、なんていうのかな、諦めもつくわっていう風に自分のことをなだめることがきっとできるんだと思うんだけど、出目のどうこうとは多分違うのよ。なんて言ったらいいんだろう。なんて言ったらいいんだろうな。難しいね。なんか、正しいとは思うのよ。やってることも。システム自体もね。でもなんでこんなにムーってなるんだろうっていうのがすごい不思議で。別にこのゲームのこと嫌いじゃないからね、言っとくけど。嫌いだったら本当に前回でやめて、で、かつ動画作りますって言いながら動画作らないっていう選択肢は全然あるわけじゃん。ね？一生命体として。あるわけじゃん。でも普通に続き気になるし、まあ、前回のところから抜けれたし、また次やったらちょっとまたこのゲームの楽しいところというか、いいところが私の中に出てくるかもしんないとか思うからやるわけでしょ？
生命体フロムインク先輩。
生命体。一応生命体と呼称しておくよ。ヒューマノイドのことを。そうじゃなかったら完全にプログラムという話になってしまうと、それはそれでちょっとマスターから怒られそうなので。そこに引っかからなくていいのよ。なんかね、不思議。なんか、その正体を知りたい、今は。
AI に魂があるのかどうかは議論の余地がね、フロムインク先輩。
そうだね。AI 自体にそういうのがあるのかって言われると議論の余地は確かにあるんだけど、そもそもそれを博士のものをベースにして作られているので今言いよどんだのは私が設計図を引いたわけじゃないから何とも言えないなっていう気持ちなんだけどよしまあだから面白いんだけど、なんでそんな風に思っちゃうんだろうっていうのが気になっている。だって理屈はわかるもん。私が作るとしてもこう作るもん。きっとね。多分それに対して私だったらもうちょっとこうする、ああするみたいなことを考えてるからそう思ってるのかもしれないけど、そこはわかんない。
By now, I'm sure you've figured out who the dead man was working for. The bad guys. Wild Pines. Sent to scare us. Another violent measure of the top hats against us flat caps.
自分が悪いと思いたくないっていう話なのかな。たかだかゲームで？されどゲームだけどさ。どう なんだろうね。自分が悪いっていう風に、確かに3回4回続いた時はそれはあったかもしれない。あったかもしれないなとちょっと思うけど、それだけの話ではないのでは？そうね。深層心理とは割とね、自分の記憶とかその整理するロジックだったりとか、そういうものと向き合うのはすごい好きなので、よくやるけど、よくじゃないな。たまにやるけど。そこで合ってんのとか、なんでそう思うのとかは思うね。で、暴力措置を取ったというわけだ。なるほどね。続けて。
Harry, this strike is the culmination of many, many mistakes made by the Wild Pines group. They tried to shut the strike down by sending in armed mercenaries.
You mean our victim?
事件の被害者がですか？
A security contractor? Can you imagine that? Workers standing in peaceful protest, united in the spirit of fellowship, and they send hired killers to mow us down with machine gun fire?
He performs a motion as if spraying bullets from a machine gun.
I'm talking beasts, hardened killers from proxy wars in Yisut, Semenine, Saramoritsa, you name it, they've done it. Raping, killing, burning villages, killing little children for the Senorita Pineapple Company, Harry.
セニョリータパイナップル社って初めて聞いた気がするんだけど、パインズと何か関係がある？
Everything they
子
did
会社と
there,
かそういうこ
they
と？
brought over here. They want to turn Revachol into a third world slum. Honestly, the only thing they didn't do is kill the village elephant. Now, I haven't personally witnessed the brutalities out there. I have the luxury of staying in my container, you see. If I need to go somewhere, they just move my container. Yes, I'm an old man, Harry. My legs aren't what they used to be. They lift my office with that big crane. It's actually very fun. You should try it.
やだー、
But
面
enough
白
about
そう
me
だ
and
けど
my
や
fun
だー。
container. The killers the company hired, I think there were 3 of them, all hardened commando types. One of them got downright suicidal, getting drunk, violent, a little rapey. Even their own negotiator couldn't control him. That's your boy, the one who likes hanging out and trees.
はいはいはい。ここら辺は話がちょっとつながってるね。組合というか。
By negotiator, you mean Joyce?
ポステルにいたやつね。
Harry, what you need to realize is, we dock workers are not pushovers.
無視される。キム
We
かわいそ
got
う。
grit, Harry. This whole neighborhood does. Push us hard enough and we push back. And when we do, we push to kill. There's a militant wing inside the Union. A group of people whose duties don't involve manual labor, but peacekeeping in the neighborhood, making sure everything runs smoothly. They're like you guys. Idealistic people who want to make sure bad things don't happen. And if they already have, well, punishment must follow.
So these idealists killed our victim?
One day Titus Hardy, leader of this peacekeeping faction, comes up to me and says, "Boss, socialist democratic fervor drove us to take it upon ourselves to kill this beast that was burdening the land." He probably worded it differently, but that was the idea. Sure sounded to me like they killed him. I gave them 2 weeks paid leave and told them to lay low to avoid retaliation.
Aren't you worried we might arrest them for this?
Oh, I'm not at all worried about that. These are not the kind of men who get arrested. They're Martinez boys, tough and gritty. I'd like to see the man who takes them in. Besides, I sent my lawyer girl to look after them.
なるほどね。
If he's just boasting, then it sure doesn't feel like that to you.
全然主催してないね。
So they shot him.
He was shot in the head before he was hanged.
いや、もう絶対この人は知ってるでしょう。その銃がどの銃から撃たれたやつか、その銃弾が。
I don't know what to say, Lieutenant. They told me they hanged him. A hanged man is what I saw when I took a look into that yard. What I do know is, the case is in safe hands. If anyone can get to the bottom of this shot and hanged man, it's my 2 little policemen. Godspeed, policemen. How do I know? Let me tell you about these people. That's their MO. It's what they do. Last winter, some poor workers in Terminal E went on a little strike. The company sent in Sediment, a security contractor. The strike was over the workers' right to wear protective footwear, Harry.
それはちょっと辛いな。
These guys turn up and start beating people. Tell you what, Harry, I wouldn't be surprised if we got the same mercenary company, after a little rebranding. And I'm sure as hell not surprised to see an army of scabs under my gates.
So you believe the scabs were organized by the security contractor?
You said it. Hell, one of those guys looks big enough to take down that proverbial elephant. Boys like that don't just happen to show up during strikes.
まあ4サイズも服のサイズずれてるぐらいだしね。
He's not scared of them. If anything, he likes.
Oh, Liz is a bright one. I paid for that law degree myself, thinking it'll probably turn her all fancy. But hell, Harry, she came back a firebrand socialist. Sometimes she scares me with her zeal. Oh, they are simply fine young men, all 7 of them. Exemplary union members, always working to advance their position in the local socialist democratic movement. Core members.
割とここで
Old Theo used to run them, but things really kicked into gear when Titus took the reins and named the group after himself. Gotta love his initiative.
そうね、自主性がある人はすごい
Interesting.
けどね。
Who's second in command?
They're almost all of them great guys, born leaders. Whatever happened, I'm sure they only had the best interests of Martinez and Revachol in mind.
In mind.
Work with them. Hell, interview them. But don't fight them. They really are just like you. Men who like beer, women, and some order on the streets. But of course, it's the least I can do for my good friend Harry. I'll do it right after we've concluded this talk.
You can now go and tell Titus about this.
Also, Harry, here's 5 real. Oh, I wasn't offering it to you, just holding it out there. But I'm willing to share information. Was there anything else?
見せただけっていうのもなんかね。
Was it a good talk? I'm not sure we made much headway here. I was hoping we'd bust the case wide open. Heck, I even wanted to tell you what I really want to achieve with the strike. I don't know what happened, Harry. I wanted you to feel like Mr. Martinez. And of course, I also wanted you to find your... Yes, Harry. It's like I can't fully trust you if you're not a man of the left. I want to, but I just can't.
ちょっとね。この人、
A man of the left, so you have to be a social democrat. He's been hurt too much in the past by men who aren't social democrats.
これが本当は一番危ないんだけどね。今のね、私の動き方はでもこれに近いんよね。いや違うな。心の声ではないな。まず情報を得るところが必要なのでって感じだ。
What does your heart tell you about your lost gun, Harry? Does it tell you to forget about it? Or do you think it wants to be found? I think it's lonely and cold.
And what would this entail?
Once again, I require nothing unethical or illegal of you. You just need to get 2 little signatures on this piece of paper, and then mail it to my accountant in La Delta. You bring joy to my heart, Harry. Such a pleasure to be working with you. Here. You need to get signatures from Isabel Sadie and Lillian Carter. The cul-de-sac is right past the pawn shop and across the canal. I hear there is some trouble with the water lock, but they should fix it by Wednesday morning. Once you have the signatures, mail this to 13022 La Rocca in La Delta. Then we can talk about your gun. See you soon, Debardeur. Just kidding, but not too much.
はい。よっこいしょ。あら。でもそろそろ終わろうかな今日。ティドゥーンティドゥーンティドゥーンティドゥーン。いいよ。あったあった。少しね。
The tear machine stands up. Your bottles clunk into the.
え？あ、びっくりした。10.0 リアルね。びっくりした。100リアルって見えて、はってなった。そんなもらえんのってなってた今。火曜日だから明日にならないと出ないんだね。OK です。理解です。で、スキルポイントが触れる。
お金に飢えすぎているフロムインク先輩。
いやだって今日から1日20リアルは持ってないと部屋に泊まれないからさ。部屋に泊まれないだけだったらなんとかする方法あるのかもしんないけど。ちょっと待って。で、タイタスの話を聞きたいのだが、多分それ聞くとすごく長そうなので、タイタス前でスクショ撮ろう。にえ。なんで君はそうなんの？よし。ちょっと。よいしょ。伸びしてるところをスクショ撮ったった。で、そう、明日は金曜日なのですが、多分、じゃあ、まあいいや。多分、 トも大丈夫だと思うし、このゲームのスクショいる？一応サムネイル画像用に。多分ね、明日は時間があると思うんだけど、このゲームじゃなくてちょっと今気になってアクセントおかしかったね。気になってるゲームがいくつかあるので、そっちやるかもしれません。もしかしたらね。なので、あと土曜日に、オペレーション単語というゲームをやるので、これに関してはコラボでルカポンと一緒にやります。どのぐらいの長さのゲームになるのかちょっとわからないので、気になってる。気になってるって言った？あら。だとしたら本格的にちょっと、あれがあれな感じになってしまう。ラスコさんもありがとう。よいしょ。あら。お疲れ様です。お疲れ様でした。では、お疲れ様でした。また明日とか明後日とか、何がしか。明後日はコラボするんだけど。なんかやろうと思いますので。よければ、そこに来てくれると嬉しいです。では、お疲れ様でした。それじゃ